The Lahti 20 millimeter, I can't speak English, 20 millimeter anti-tank rifle. Yeah! Dude, this is so hard.
What are you doing to my gun?
I'm just taking some shots.
I don't know.
He's just trying to impress all the women on Instagram. Yeah.
And I don't know. Bye.
Bye.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And not too long ago, I introduced you to my Solarthern 20 millimeter anti-tank rifle.
I remember that.
I absolutely love this thing. But this old girl right here was kind of getting lonely, and she needed a friend.
Ooh.
So let me introduce you to her.
Chat, are all guns girls or are some of them boys? What defines a girl gun? Yeah, I don't know. All girls? Okay. Alright, I am learning.
Her new BFF, Miss
Whammon.
Lahti. So I've been scratching my head.
Oh, they're women because they destroy people's lives. Okay, I get it.
For quite a while, trying to figure out how I celebrate hitting 5 million subscribers, which is absolutely insane, and I appreciate every single one of you. And to show my appreciation to you, I thought I would buy another 20 millimeter. So now let me tell you a little bit about my newest financial blunder.
Man?
This is the Lahti, and she is very similar to the Solarthern, but also has some differences. So this gun is 7 foot long, so we're gonna start at the business end and then work our way back. So the first thing you may notice about this, it has a massive muzzle brake, just like the Solarthern, but this one comes with a nifty muzzle brake cover. Then moving on, we have a wooden handguard that I guess doubles as a heat shield. We have iron sights, and then the biggest difference between the Lahti and the Solarthern is these massive sleds. So soldiers would actually drag
are these for snow?
These things sometimes on these sleds in the snow, and then once you got to where you would be firing this weapon, you have a bipod that flips down. This thing takes a massive 10-round magazine, and it is semi-automatic. It loads from the top and ejects the shells from the bottom, and you really got to watch your hands when you shoot this thing, from what I've been told, because when it ejects these shells, it is very violent and could hurt your fingies. There's also a little rubber piece down.
Finnish people love pain, so they like that kind of thing.
Here that is supposed to help deflect those shells. So like the Solarthern, the Lahti has a very stiff recoil system. And you can't just pull the bolt back. You literally have to crank it back. The Solarthern utilizes a chain, but the Lahti has a gear system. You just push this in and then crank it about 2 times, and then you send it home, and you're ready to go. You have iron sights. This one does not have a scope like the Solarthern. They did not utilize a scope, but from what I understand, the Finns were pretty good with iron sights.
Yeah, you don't say.
The Solarthern and the Lahti have the same taste in ammo, and that is 20 by 138B.
That's a big one, chat. Size does matter.
Once you get your 10-round mag loaded and inserted, all you have to do is
Chat, you're still beautiful.
Safety down here, and it will send your bolt home. I would not want to put my thumb in that. So sometimes it's really hard to come across on camera just how big a gun is. So to give you some perspective, this is a Barrett M82A1 chambered in 50 BMG. It has a 20-inch barrel, and this by no means is a small gun.
No,
but
look at that barrel.
You set it next
to a
Lahti and a Solarthern, it looks pretty tiny.
It looks like a baby.
To give you a little more perspective, this is a Barrett mag, and this is the Lahti mag. Both hold 10 rounds, but one is 50 BMG and the other is 20 millimeter. This guy right here is 750 grains and putting out around 13,000 foot-pounds of muzzle energy, while the 20 mil is a little over 2,300 grains and producing around 35,000 foot-pounds of muzzle energy.
35,000 pounds into kilograms. 15,800 kilograms. Why do you need that much power? Because you're shooting a tank, chat. That's why. I bet this wouldn't even leave a dent in queso.
So now it's time to finally shoot this thing, and I am very excited because I have questions that need answers. What is the recoil gonna be like on this thing?
It will rip your arm off. Buddy, your arm is lucky if there's even like a microscopic amount of flesh left after you get shot in the arm. Your arm will cease to exist. No, like actually. There's no arm anymore, it's just a hole.
Because it's a little bit lighter than the Solithern, and its barrel does not reciprocate. Boom. So, am I gonna have a good day, or is my shoulder gonna be reciprocating? Let's find out, shall we? Are you struggling with credit card debt, personal loans, medical bills, or maybe you just have an insatiable appetite for big bore firearms?
Maybe.
But it doesn't have to be that way with today's sponsor, PDS Debt. If you're making your monthly payments on your debt every month and your balances aren't going down, well, PDS Debt has a solution for you. Everyone with $10,000 or more in eligible debt qualifies, no minimum credit score is required, and bad and fair credit are accepted. Make this the year you take control of your debt. Get a free debt analysis right now by swinging over to pdsdebt.com/KYB. Again, a big thank you to PDS Debt for sponsoring today's video. And again, if you want to check them out, it's pdsdebt.com/KYB.
There's worse ads, chat. There's worse ads.
30 seconds. Now, let's get to it. So my first question is, what's this thing going to be like shooting it on the sleds compared to the bipod? I'm guessing it's going to kick me a lot harder, but we're about to find out. This guy in here almost made a big mistake. And that is, always remember to remove your muzzle brake cover. I would have been big sad. It is a little muddy out today, so I'm gonna lay on the...
I mean, it'll shoot through the muzzle cover, if anything. You're just doing it for protection, chat. Little hat on top.
Table. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and send our bolt home.
Man, Scott, Finnish people didn't have tables to rest on. They had to do it on the raw ground in the snow.
So we do have one in the chamber.
All right, I'm ready. Oh! Oh my God! Look at the grass and the dirt flying everywhere. Holy.
First of all, shooting it off the sleds wasn't so bad. Second of all, if you notice right there, there is quite the crater in the ground.
Goodness.
And my brass is full of dirt. And that is why you don't put your hand there when shooting the
You'd actually break a finger. No joke, you would actually break your finger if you had that finger in there.
And it looks like
that's scary. I didn't think it was that bad.
Dirt from my berm. So now that I know that this thing is fairly safe to shoot, I'm gonna lose the Premier Body Armor helmet and just switch back to my hat. And now we're gonna let down this bipod. And see how bad the recoil is with that. Now the sleds weren't that bad, so I bet this will make it even better. So this is a two-step process. Pull this.
This dude almost died. Yes,
and
correct.
then I should be able to pull this and rock this.
Yeah, you almost died.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
This may be a
Careful.
Let me see here.
Careful.
And now pull this one. Oh wait. There we go.
Hey.
Oh, it's setting much higher now.
Ooh.
So one difference that I forgot to mention between the Lahti and the Solithern is the Solithern has an auto loading feature. So when I put the mag in the Lahti, I have to manually send my bolt home, but with the Solarthern, it automatically sends the bolt forward. And when you're out of rounds with the Solarthern, it automatically ejects the mag, while the Lahti holds it in there.
So you're playing guessing games?
Okay, I'm gonna kill two birds with one stone. We're gonna see what this recoil is like, and I'm gonna take a shot at that steel chair downrange and see where I'm hitting. All right, let's send our bolt home.
All right,
And I'm
ready.
dead center on that chair.
Did he miss? Oh, big recoil. Bam! Bam! Look at that barrel.
Okay.
Did he miss or what? I couldn't tell.
That the bipod is definitely better than the sleds. I barely even felt that. She not be kicking.
Really?
The iron sights on the Lahti
That's clean! I thought he missed!
are offset to
my
the left.
God.
I was aiming dead center, and as you can see, I hit about 4 inches to the right, which makes sense. So if I want to hit
Clean.
something with this thing, I need to be aiming about 4 inches to the left. So now we know that the Lahti will fire at least one shot at a time, and we know that the bipod helps with recoil better than the sleds. But this is a semi-automatic 20mm anti-tank gun, and it holds 10 rounds. So can we get multiple shots without the gun malfunctioning? So up next, I'm gonna take 3 shots and see if we can get all 3 to go off.
What I'm really worried about sometimes, cause like, what are the odds that the gun like malfunctions and explodes? It's not that high, right? That would be horrible. You genuinely probably die if that happened. With this gun?
Without the gun getting a jam, and at the same time,
Yeah.
we're gonna perform an experiment.
I know what's happened to
According
him.
the
I'm
slow-mo,
aware. I'm just
the muzzle
saying.
blast on this thing is pretty wicked. So I want to know what would happen if you were a little too close to that muzzle.
You'd probably
I
get
would
your
not
head
wanna
blown
be here
off.
right now.
You don't say.
First shot. Here
I wish that was my head.
we go.
Yeah. Oh! Oh my God, his jaw! You're lucky if you're alive at that point. Like, actually, you'd have to go to the hospital within like fucking 5 minutes. He'll be fine. Yeah, he'll be fine. Oh my God, look at that blackened skin. Well, like, not skin, but you know. Yeah, you can see it's all like blasted back. Oh my gosh. You're lucky if you go to the hospital, you're not dead.
Okay. Looks like this thing is functioning properly. We were able to run through 3 rounds. And no
Wow.
jams. So I learned 2 things. 1, my Lahti is functioning properly. And
That's
2,
good.
you don't want to be too close to a muzzle brake of a 20mm. This dude is
His face is legitimately burnt to a crisp. Look at that.
messed up. I mean, he looks like Predator now. I'm going to say that that Lahti right there is nothing to shake a stick at. So now we're going to...
He's such a dad. This is dad core. This is dad core. My dad's like that too. He like fucking say a stupid fucking pun.
blast what's left of our zombie bust with our Lahti 20mm, and at the same time, I'm going to give you an opportunity to see what it's like to shoot a Lahti. And I'm going to achieve this by duct taping a GoPro to my face. Lahti.
Maybe he watches Fillion, like, right? She's duct taped shit like trackers to her face.
20mm anti-tank gun. Let's get this thing loaded.
Yeah.
So, first, we crank this thing.
Ooh. Neato.
Okay. Now, we'll put our mag in there. Big old behemoth. All right, we're all set. All right, let's send this bolt home.
He duct tapes to get a
Okay.
strap. That's what I'm saying. Like, you could get a strap that does it
Now.
for you.
Let's see if I can hit this thing.
even cooler. That's so cool. The freaking injection, man. Look at videos on Navy ship shooting CIWS. It's quite fast. No, I understand. It's just like astounding. I'm not like, you know, I'm not into anti-tank rifles. I'm just saying. It's impressive.
Okay, I would say that we hit it.
Oh my god! My head after stream. Boom. Green blood everywhere. Boom! I would not want to see that happen to a human being. That's horrible.
Oh.
I mean, at least they'll die fast.
Ow! That brass is hot! Well, you may not believe this, but trying to hit a zombie bust at only 50 yards away with an anti-tank rifle with iron sights when your sights are offset to the left is actually a little more difficult than you would think. So I'm surprised
it's a good
that
shot,
I even
though.
hit this
You
thing.
did great.
I managed to hit it in the cheek, but it still detonated the entire zombie bust. Well,
Yeah, you don't say.
I had a lot of fun shooting my Lahti today. What did you think about it?
It was awesome!
Which one do you like better, the Lahti or the Solarthurn? Let me know in the comments
The
section down below.
Solarthurn.
Also, be sure to check me out on all other social media platforms. Links to those can be found in the description down below, along with a link to KentuckyBallistics.com,
Wow.
just in case you want to pick up a shirt. And as always, my name is Scott. Thank you so much for watching Kentucky Ballistics. I'll see you next time.
So Philly and core. Oh my god. Such dad behavior. Bro, he's so dad core. He's great. Oh, he got 5 million! Let's go! Congrats! He got 5 million. He deserves it. He's really fun. I'd want to meet him one day, shake his hand. Ba 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 bam bam bam. I want to shake his hand. Bump up. Psh, 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 psh. Congrats to the GOAT. So true, King. Deserved the J. Oh, yeah.